Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Hi, and welcome back to Realistic Sustainability Educational Shorts. You know what? I almost forgot to do this one. It is like 11 o'clock at night yesterday. Yep, almost didn't bother to do it. I'm sorry, guys. So much going on with Dabble and work. I just get kind of jostled up. So I was talking to Jameson. I wanted to do a short, and I still might at some point, about Facebook. I recently was going to do an ad for Realistic Sustainability, and they have scrubbed almost everything for sustainability targeting off of the site. Remember in season 1, I told you they kept calling it political and shutting my site down? Well, apparently they decided just to get rid of it. But she said, I can't go on a big long rant about that it's spring. I'm supposed to be talking about spring. Well, I guess I better talk about spring. Hopefully, most of you, if you've been listening to Realistic Sustainability, didn't clean up in the fall, didn't get all the leaves, left everything down. If you did, well, I know when spring hits, you get a little excited. I immediately ran to Ace here in Duran and picked up some things for the Edible Landscape Project. It really was way too early. But that first warm day hits and it gets you motivated. But what I'm here to tell you is slow your roll. If you want to do spring cleaning, start in the house, not your yard. You want to leave the yard a little bit longer. Plus, there's lots of things in the house you can clean out. Trust me, you look around, you'll find it. As you're scrubbing in the corners, you're going to find all kinds of things that you can either use for something else or give to someone that will use it. In the meantime, all the critters outside, yep, all kinds of critters, like the bumblebees, the butterflies, spiders, all kinds of insects are living in that dead waste outside. All that organic material is where a lot of these creatures have been riding out the cold. If you start cleaning it all up, you clean away a lot of your diversity. Don't do that. If you want your gardens and your grass and everything to really look nice and be strong, delay your yard work. Yeah, I'm telling you to procrastinate. That doesn't happen very often. You're going to want to just stick with it because the longer you leave it, you're going to have all kinds of benefits from it. Number one, like I said, pollinators. They're riding out the cold weather in there. They're hiding in that dead plant material. Not just the bees, but butterflies, moths, spiders, all of them. That's where they're hiding. Let them be there. You're going to want them. During the summer, they're going to be very helpful to your garden and the ecosystem around. Number 2, sticks and twigs and leaves, that's bird nest material. Birds from all over are going to be picking the pick of the litter, the best pieces to build their nest. Give it to them, and they're kind of picking a lot of it up for you. Let them do it. They need it for the nest, and they need it for that next generation of birds. Let them pick first, and then we can clean up the rest later. Trust me, we're not going to be too bummed when there's less there. Next, it protects your soil and the plants that are below it. It reduces erosion. It helps add nutrients to the ground. If you're one of those people that have like almost a clay-like feeling to your dirt, let that stuff biodegrade down into the ground. It's like adding a little bit of sand. Over time, you'll start getting more rich soil, fluffy, rich soil that roots can move through because of all that organic material. The more nutrients that washes down, the better. And I'll tell you, instead of raking it all up, mulch it back in. Trust me, it's the material you want. You mean people drag all that material off and then go buy fertilizer to put over the top? No, it came free. It fell from the tree. Just cut it up, let it sit. And last, it protects a lot of the plants while they're just starting to grow. It hides seeds until they get rooted. These are all things that are kind of important if you like an ecosystem around. And if you're going to have a beautiful yard and a beautiful garden, this is only going to help. It isn't going to hurt. And come on, I'm telling you, do less work right off the bat. Who isn't going to follow that? Plus, after a while, your neighbors get used to it. Mine do. We already have a sign that we put out every spring out by the flower gardens. It says, "Don't mind the weeds, we're feeding the bees." And yep, we saw it on Facebook. Jameson made it for me, and I throw it out there every year. No one complains. So when should you clean up? Well, make sure it's been 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 Celsius for at least 2 weeks. You want it to be warm, really warm in comparison to what it is now, because our spring, even though it says it's spring, it was like 25 degrees today. Yay, Michigan. But if it stays 50 degrees for at least 2 weeks, then I guess you can clean, but I'm still a fan of the chop it up and leave it. So it also depends on where you live. We all live in different places. The more I look at the analytics for this show, we got the whole world listening. So there's these zones, zone 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then there's more, but those are the more common ones. So zone 3, don't clean up until May 15th or later. And that's pretty much in the northern states here in the United States, between US and Canada border. Zone 4, May 1st or later. That's northern Michigan, and it's pretty level with like South Dakota across the US. Zone 5, April 15th. That's me. I have to wait to a minimum of April 15th, and I'm telling you, I'm probably pushing it to May. That's lower Michigan, upper US. Zone 6, April 1st. Kansas, Missouri, Kentucky, that strip across there. And you're starting to get pretty warm down there. They get warm much quicker. And in the south, it says March 15th, but if you haven't cleaned it up yet, it doesn't hurt to let it sit. So leave it there. Let it sit. It isn't going to hurt anything. I know people say it looks bad, but they just don't understand what it's actually doing for you. If you can't do it for your lawn, do it for Nick's favorite flying pandas, the bumblebee. Because I'll be really bummed if Jameson plants a whole bunch of sunflowers and I get no bumblebees. So do it for them, or in a sense for me, so I can see them. I hope you enjoyed this episode, even though I waited till way too long to do it, and I hope it turns out okay. If you like this episode, share it with a friend, or maybe just post it on social media. If you want to do more for realistic sustainability, well, you can always be a sustainer for less than $1 a month. That's not very much. And you can find that on our Anchor hosting site or greeningyourlife.org/podcast. Or just leave a 5-star review. Click a like. Make sure you follow. Any of those things that you hear from, every YouTube person, every podcast guy, just interact. It always helps us. We greatly appreciate it. All we do is get together a little bit each week so we can get a little bit better. Little bit, big bit. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Learning should always be fun. It's proven. When you make it fun, kids will remember. Here at STEMnetics, we believe in teaching kids about science, technology, engineering, and math by building projects. These students are building robots, rockets, electrical circuits, cars, and much more. STEM surrounds us, and the biggest companies in the world are tech companies. Let us help you support your little scholars and prepare them for the future. For more information, visit us at stemnetics.org.